No matter where your business is today or where you want to take it, you'll get there faster and more profitably with an operating system. Welcome to Team OS, your guide to starting, growing, and optimizing a real estate team. Here's your host, Ethan Butte.
Kenny, great to see you. It's been a long time since I've seen you.
Yeah.
Glad to be in this conversation with you.
Thanks for inviting me. Super excited.
Yeah, man. I want to start where I started with literally everyone who's been in your chair over the past 3 days. What is a must-have characteristic of a high-performing team?
I think drive. You have to want it.
How would you describe your own leadership style?
I'm very, very direct, less compassionate, less empathy, more data-driven. That's personally for me, but I have a really great leadership team that supplements each other. So we have a leadership team of 4, but I'm usually just the person that's really straightforward, learning different things, giving people feedback, especially on marketing. Hey, their marketing sucks. I always tell them move this, that, and looking at the numbers or it's room for improvement. So every time I give judgment or something, I always follow up with things I'm thinking about or critique or feedback. Hey, this is how we can improve it. I don't really hope people kind of get to me. I'm pretty blunt. I don't really hold things personally. So it's really easy. People kind of just to develop their skill to work alongside me.
Yeah, totally fair. When on specifically your team journey, did you become self-aware about the types of people you needed to bring around you to have a kind of a well-rounded team?
Well, the team, so without going into too much detail, I had a team in 3rd year and I gave that up my 4th year. Starting my 5th year in real estate, I had no team and then mentored a lot of agents. But it wasn't until the 5th or 6th year when I got brought on to handle all the online leads team that I was handed a team of misfits, I guess, just random people who want to do online leads. So it's kind of fun learning how to work alongside people. I didn't really study leadership books or anything until maybe around that time. Learning how to deal with personalities, diving a little more into this. That was not easy leadership either because I worked for the company and lead, so I didn't have a lot of say. So it was a lot of advice. But then that kind of got me learning. Okay, the people I do want to surround myself with didn't want to work directly with, and what my supporting agents would be on certain deals.
Yeah, fair. So were you referring to when you were leading an inside sales team?
Yeah.
Yeah, cool. What about that experience has been helpful to you today? What are some of the things that you picked up during that stage? Because I think it's an interesting way to come into this.
Yeah, it was learning how to babysit's not right. We're just learning how to handle people's personality. They're really listening to their wants and needs and seeing how much I'm willing to budge on certain things. That team was definitely not as successful as it could be. Because at one point we had grown from 10 to 50 agents. We were spending about 50 grand on Zillow a month. Then we started taking more territory. Then I handled East Bay. Then I brought in a team leader in San Francisco that had a way different style and someone in San Jose. So there was leadership tiers. Again, I was pretty young too that year. I was probably not even 30 years old yet. I think that's pretty young. And, as a solo producer, just do what I want, go fast, break things. Now you got to cater to people's complaints and stuff like that. So it was definitely challenging, but to go through that helped a lot in just understanding people a little better, studying more personalities and stuff like that.
Yeah. So fast agent, team fast. Yeah. What is it about fast?
It's
and I'm sorry, in the back of your shirt is BU, but fast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's easy to think of. It's I remember there was a quote I gave it probably 10 years ago. I was let me make sure I got it right. I was fast and good beats slow and great. So the way I kind of see it is if you're kind of like Uber, right? Uber and Lyft, people want instant. This is years ago, so that was primitive early Uber here, but people want to press a button when things done. I'd rather get something done that even leadership, training your team. If something can be done at someone can do the job at 80%, then you'll probably work with them. So I'd rather just do a lot of deals, and I'm less of a relationship agent. I don't really keep in touch with my past clients. It's pretty bad. But I recruited almost 600 agents to my team. So I just wanted to do a lot of deals and get things done. You think about it, if you needed to go down the street for dinner or whatnot, again, well, you probably wouldn't hire a limo. It's kind of excessive, right? But agents, as they should, they want to give the top of line service and all that. But I don't really have time for that. I want to do a really good job and do as much as I can. So that's kind of how I relate. I'd rather be an Uber or Lyft to a consumer where you're gonna get exactly what you want. There's 5-star rating, and then this is it.
Yeah.
So
Really good.
less. And then I started my business in the REO days. I started like right when the market crashed. I haven't actually been in the cycle. The prices had bottomed out when I started. So back then it was like short sales, helping people with their needs, people losing their homes. Most of my clients were investors, found me online. They just wanted me to write offers. So building my book of business early on till that kind of the 5th, 6th year, started running a team. I didn't really actually have that many connections with with my people. So I built my business on lots of processes, structure, and marketing.
Mm-hmm. Cool. Talk about, you just mentioned how many agents you've recruited over the years. Talk a little bit about your recruiting philosophy. Is it an all the time thing? Or do you have like time blocks for it on a regular basis? Is it something that you're thinking about all the time?
Yeah.
Like talk a little bit about,
So I've recruited personally over 100 agents to my team in the last it's September right now. Since January 2020, we've actually added about 560 agents to the team. I looked at the numbers this morning before my talk. It has been almost all organic. We tried the school stuff and the career website stuff. They did not work. Those people on the websites are looking for our stuff, and people in school just don't have, just pay $200 for a class. It's not a lot of commitment. The way we recruit it organically, we've done a lot of social media. So if they find us on social media, they're like similar avatars to the agent that we're looking for. Most of my personal recruiting has been through Instagram. I journal. I go to like over 20 conferences a year. It's September right now. I still have like 5 or 6 more to go. I go like meet people, show them behind the scenes. Really great speakers on screen. I'm journaling it. I'm adding captions. Now people get free. They're getting a free experience from a follow-up boss from mine without coming here and taking time out of the day. So kind of become a thought leader in that. And most of the smart things are said by other people. So people kind of want to follow that, and they bring a lot of information into our Slack channels. We have ongoing calls, but more recently, in recent years, at EXP Realty, our team we host a ton of events. In the last couple of years, this year we took a pause to it because people are not in a good mood with the market being lower, and a lot of people have kind of exited. So, like last year, we did a lot of cultural events, like panels. I'm doing chronological order. Example, we had like Black History Month, so we did all black panel. Then we had all black women panel, and then like Hispanic one, we did like Latina and women in real estate panel. Then the dads panel, we had Pride panel. We even did like a Pride party. We had Halloween parties, 6th of the Mile. So very culturally, we were able to bring a lot of people in, and then once they're in, we kind of add them to our Slack channel, which tons of information on there all the time. Hundreds of agents are using actively. And then also I invited her coaching calls Monday, Wednesday, Friday morning that Elias, my business partner, director of sales, is doing. So Monday motivation, Wednesday is like role plays, market updates through the week. Friday is a little more open session. They're constantly trying to add people in an environment. And most of the people were 80, like over 80, 13% of our business is online leads.
Mm-hmm.
Not a lot. Last year we did 1,010 deals. So 85% of our business is organic. So, and most of it is like done through social media. So people kind of find you online. And so that our agents doing social media is helping them create business opportunities, but it's also attracting other agents to the company that wants to build a business like that. And I post 50 times a day because at these conferences, it's other people speaking. So because of that, like we kind of build a community very much that, and we're attracting more similar people that want to build a business the way we're building our business.
So much good stuff in there. And first of all, that's my MO, is to hear smart things other people say and share it.
Yeah.
Love it. So I'm clear that Slack channel is open to agents that aren't on your team yet. And that training stuff is open to agents who aren't on your team yet. It's just an open invite. Hang around for 2 years before you join the team.
Yeah. It's like Slack is cheap. It's like $6 a user, and Slack is smart, whereas 2 weeks, if someone's not on it, they're deactivated, but they can come on any time again. It doesn't charge us. Our Slack is like the brain of our company. I post in there probably like 10 times a day at least. And we have a channel, general chat for random stuff. There's a channel for social media tech tools. Anytime I see this AI stuff, social media tips, training, graphs, strategy, I post it in there. We have a training events channel. It's just a lot of local events, lots of online training. I don't care the training is from Sotheby or Compass or Tom Ferry or in whoever. A lot of stuff is from Ford too, which is a place, Bank Anything. So we bring it in, and the agents have access to that. we have a channel for market updates. That's my favorite channel. So stuff from like Housing Wire, MSNBC, Inman, BAM, whatever. A lot of it is probably like 8% is more catered towards the Bay Area, but Redfin's huge. So we have that in there. We have a channel for showing requests. So we don't have showing agents on the team, but agents can fulfill like, hey, I need help with this. Typically they're paying like $50 a door. they get their showings all covered by an agent on team. We have a training for open house opportunities. So yeah, like people need help with open houses and people grab those like right away. Those things fly. They can work. And off-market listings coming soon. We run our Zillow Flex team internally. We have a channel just for referrals from our ISA team. People grab those. So Slack is like our thing. A lot of agents who leave my team always ask like, can we stay on Slack?
So good. You've built a powerful asset. This is one of the things I picked up from Seth Godin as a marketing concept years ago. You know that it's really good marketing when people miss it when it's gone.
Yeah.
Right? So like you stop sending that monthly newsletter, no one's going to be like, hey, where's that monthly newsletter? So I love that you've built something that is so valuable to people that even when whenever their best step is to go somewhere else, that's a piece they want to stay in touch with.
Yeah. We, regarding newsletter, we actually have a weekly newsletter. It's been doing it for over a year now called Fast News. It's a rundown of things happening in our company, like some pull out from Slacks. We highlight an agent of the week. We've been there for a couple of years now. So at some point that we want to call it attention. They did something special. And then we have a fast event newsletter with all the stuff that's happening in our offices. We have 7 retail offices. So there's lots of physical in-person events happening. And then we have a Keep It Moving coaching newsletter. Our director of sales takes all his Monday, Wednesday, Friday coaching calls, and we cut out snippets. He has the full calls on his page, but we actually cut out snippets or YouTube shorts for that. And our pages look sick. If you go to #TeamFast is one page, Fast Real Estate is a different page, and Elias Studio has his own. All the graphics are sick with the screenshots, the YouTube style stuff, and then we brought that into the marketing. So we're remarketing a lot of the stuff we use in the company, and that's a huge draw for agents to come.
Yeah, super smart. Do you have a team inside the team that does a lot of that work?
Yeah, we have a full marketing team. I think like 4 or 5 people. All my leadership people have their own VAs directly report to them. But we have a marketing. Those projects get completed every single week.
Yeah,
and now we're dipping into AI for not first time, but last week's newsletter. First time was like all AI generated. It was all Star Wars theme. The pictures, the little blocks. We took all the headshots and recreated it. It just looked sick. Because I was known for doing newsletters like a couple years ago for a good 6 years, where I took pop culture and created a lot of things. So they're kind of bringing that thing back. And I'm in the process. The first draft didn't really look that good to me, but the VAs went really literal. I was like, okay, look at my own newsletter and make something like that for agents. So they made this really cool whole SpongeBob Bob newsletter. So I was like, okay, we're on the right track, but I haven't given them input yet, but we're going to bring back a value add to the community.
Yeah, so fun. What is a tip that you would have for an agent operating solo who may be better off joining a team? How do you guide that person from a conversational or even a question perspective?
Look at all things you want to do, because then there's definitely a value add at scale. Because I talked to some top agents. Let's just say someone's making $200,000 a year, even $300,000 a year, pretty solid. Well, you go hire a marketing assistant and train, then you got to pay another $10,000-15,000, and you got to take the time to train them. And then you need to hire a showing agent, and you want to coach, and you need open house help. Like, start really looking. We also have 4 full-time video editors in the Philippines.
Oh, nice.
We have a studio like this where we handle that. But then like not all things you hire, like look at that. Like, do you really want to handle all that, or do you want to plug in the team and pay a small fee and have all that accessible to you?
Nice. A year from now, FUBCON 2024. What do you want to look back on at this time and say, I'm really glad that I focused on that, or that my team focused on that, or that we invested in that? Like market conditions and that stuff aside, what are you looking forward to building, adding on, improving over the next year?
Something we started implementing a couple months ago, I want more of. We put a lot of people in accountability groups now. The example actually shared earlier, we had this intensity boot camp, this 4-week program. We had 35 agents in there that volunteered to be in there. And in that time, we knocked on over 8,000 doors. We had 226 appointments set, 15 escrows. We sent out like 300 one-on-one videos to people. So I want a whole company that's really strong on the foundational stuff, where they're grinding it out, and then layered with being able to talk about what they've done, or examples of that. They're creating social media about that. Hey, I'm outdoor knocking today. Hey, I'm having this open house today. This is what's happening. So on. Because I didn't focus too much on during this chat, but our team is our number one priority has been social media. Mm-hmm. So we really want a lot of different influencers on the team creating business, 80% of the business that way.
Super interesting. I can see a whole new recruiting path where you can, because in a team context, I assume you have all the onboarding, training, support, coaching, that you could take someone that's very adept at that and has some other related skills and turn them into a new agent.
Yeah. We have a 30-day workshop. I would say probably maybe 80% of agents have less than 3-year experience on our team.
Wow.
Yeah.
And what is your like target, like, in terms of a ramp time, kind of what are some of your targets or benchmarks for them? And like, when you're talking to them, like, hey, it's going to take about this long to do that.
Like a year ago, I believe, I need to check. We actually have our stats to take a look at. A year ago,
I'm sure you do.
Our average stay to get in contract was like about 60 something days. Market conditions is a little bit harder now.
Yeah.
So I'd like to get that in 3 months for first contract.
Yeah. Awesome. Kenny, this has been great. I love what you're up to. You live fast. You feel fast to me talking with you. Yeah. Yeah. Before I let you go, fun question for you. What is one of your most frivolous purchases? Or what's a cheapskate habit that you've held on to even though you probably don't need to?
Cheapskate habit or frivolous purchases?
Yeah, one or the other.
I bought a new toothbrush. I'm really into tech. I don't buy a lot of random stuff, but when I buy stuff, I usually buy the most expensive one. I'm really into tech products. So recently, I bought the Oral-B IO10 toothbrush. It's like $400, but I love using it. It makes me happy every time I use it because my 9 ones it start giving out on the battery life. Yeah. Yeah.
What makes a toothbrush a $400 toothbrush? Like, what was the feature where you were like, all right, I'm in?
I don't know. It feels sturdy. This is stupid. The last one had this 3D teeth tracking thing in it. I don't know, but I like it. I had a Philips Sonicare with the regular kind of style brush head. It just doesn't feel as good to me. So this circle one, I travel a lot too. So having like this enjoyment toy feels cool. I didn't read that many reviews on it. I knew this one was better than the last one. I really liked the last one. I spent so much time reading that already. I forgot what it was. So I was like, okay, this is the purchase. I also don't like to spend a lot of time. I'll like research a product, but I don't like one day and I'm done. Okay, if I see the same product on a couple different sites, I'll just buy it. I buy it like that's how I buy most of my stuff. So I don't really dive too deep.
Awesome. Love it. Thank you so much for doing this, Kenny. Continued success in the year ahead.
Thanks for checking out this episode of TeamOS. For email exclusive insights every week, sign up at realestateteamos.com.